What a game at Anfield then. Liverpool 3, PSG 2. A deserved win for Jurgen Klopp's side.
Absolutely, and in some way, slightly disappointing watching PSG and the superstars, particularly Mbappe and Neymar. Mbappe got the goal, but we hardly saw Neymar as the game went on. But from a Liverpool perspective, you know, 2-0 up at one point and in total control, and then, let's be honest, Cavani was offside when Meunier scored. Firmino comes off the bench and scores a great goal, but again, it highlights Liverpool's squad. Shaqiri off the bench, Fabinho off the bench, and he could even, I say rest, he just put Firmino on the bench because he got a whack on the eye from the weekend, but Sturridge did a great job.
What a finish, eh, for Firmino?
It was a fantastic finish, but going back to the earlier part of this game, Liverpool completely dominant. For them to keep Neymar, Cavani and Mbappe quiet for such a long time, they are absolutely storied forwards. Everybody was fearful of playing against this incredible forward line of PSG. Well, I'll tell you what, the way that Liverpool defended, that people were concerned initially about the fullbacks, where they got, you know, Arnold and were Robertson going to get burned a little bit. No, it never happened because the protection in front was absolutely spectacular, and Liverpool fully deserved it. When it was 2-2, I was disappointed. I really thought, well, this is unjust, and but Firmino comes on and scores a screamer.
Neymar poor, or did Liverpool just contain him well?
Poor. Because I think if he's on his game, you would struggle to contain him as a fullback. But we didn't see that, and I think, you know, whoever he was up against, whenever he was drifting, could be thankful that he had a night that looked as if he didn't really fancy it that much. And Liverpool's high-tempo game was absolutely perfect.
He was picking the ball. We normally see him picking the ball up and driving at defences.
Yeah.
You can't do that against this Liverpool defence. Immediately you're closed down, and you've got also trailing defenders coming in. So whether he wants to go left, right, there's always somebody that's able to cover for your teammate. That's why, you know, you talk about the team performance of Liverpool. This is a fantastic team performance.
So a great performance from last year's finalists. Meanwhile, for PSG, yet again, more questions surrounding the Ligue 1 side when they're coming up against decent opposition.
What I see with PSG is that for all this multi-talented team that they are great on the ball, and on their night they can kill you. But when you have possession, I think they're an easy team, or a relatively easy team to play against when you have possession, because they're not the best at closing down. Yeah. You won't get the front three working as hard as, say, the Liverpool front three. You won't get that midfield trying to pressure you. They're trying to set off and play a slower, more calculated game, and I think with other teams, the elite sides, I think they find it quite easy in possession to play against them.
Let's bring Julien Laurens into the conversation, shall we? Craig summed it up nicely with those stats. You take a look at it, new manager, same old story for PSG, struggle against the big clubs away from home.
Yeah, struggle. I don't think they were at the best at all. I don't think Liverpool were at the best either. But PSG were still quite close to getting a very good point away at Liverpool. And yet, okay, in the end they lost, but it was not the defeat, for example, that they suffered at Bayern Munich in the group stage last season. It was not the defeat they suffered at Real Madrid in the last 16 first leg last season. It's even worse in the game at Barcelona 2 seasons ago in the second leg of the last 16. So it was a bit better, and I think Tuchel is going to change that.
What was better about it? Second half, you had one shot in the whole of that 45 minutes. You're comparing them to a Bayern Munich match in which they obviously disappointed, but they were both already through. It meant nothing. This is PSG, whose aspirations, of course, are the Champions League. It's what it's all about. And you're giving them a pass because they're a little less worse than they were against big clubs over the last 2 or 3 seasons?
The 10 seconds away from getting a 2-2 draw at Liverpool, though.
But they didn't deserve a 2-2 draw, did they, George? As much as we can say that. No, but it is the point, surely, that PSG are not turning up once again when they should be.
Yeah, but without turning up, they were still 2-2 at Liverpool at the 92nd minute, and yet they ended up losing the game, and it was not good enough on the night. And Thomas Tuchel said on French television that he was happy. I can't understand how he can be happy about the performance. However, in the past, when they were not on their game away from home, they used to get battered. 6-1 at Barcelona, 3-1 at Munich, 3-1 at Madrid. It was not the case tonight.